No need to even start with the main theme, going straight into the horror thriller music this time. It's pretty clear that Sean could not squeeze his head through that gap. One has to wonder, how come Sean hasn't been fattened up like the others? Sean literally just entered the house. He would not have had time to bite a gap in the wool quick enough for the end to reach Gromit by now. The filmmakers thought we'd love hearing the main theme here, given that it didn't appear with the title. They were right. Wait a minute.
Though I might have to make a small adjustment to the drop, a touch painful on re-entry.
Doesn't look to me like you made any adjustment at all in those 2 years. I know enough electronics to know no severed wire causes a device to start normally, but repeat on loop, even if severed midway through. That's a bit far. As always, the filmmakers have the mystery suspense down pat, even when the audience already knows more than the characters do. Comedic effect is good and all, but a hole like that should have caused nearly all of the porridge to fall out already on the shelf. Blink and you'll miss it, but just for a moment, you can see the strain to lower the leaf down. From Gromit's viewpoint, he should definitely see Sean when looking over at Wallace. Before landing on the motorbike, Wallace has his overalls over his green vest. When he lands though, there's no vest between the overalls and his shirt. Wait a minute. Wallace is lowered a fair distance to the motorbike, and then he rises just a bit through the same space into the garage via the roof. Can you say set inconsistency? As far as Rube Goldberg contraptions go, this one is pretty cool. Even better when Gromit shakes his head at how unnecessary it is. But that's just pushing it. There's no reason why Wallace couldn't flick that himself. His foot is right there. When Gromit was readying the ladder, he didn't have the bungee on him, but when it catapults him up, there it is. Ha! That's real funny and cute. The newspaper has an article about an Oscar winner, after the Ron Trousers won the Oscar for Best Animated Short. Justified if you ask me. Rather than try and outdo Feathers, the filmmakers go for a different, less subtle type of antagonist in Preston. Good choice.
Need wool, don't you, lad?
And yet Wallace leaves without buying wool for his cover-up. There's no way Sean could have reached some of the things he's chewed on. Aww, Sean looks real cute when he's dirty like that. Okay, bear with me folks. First, the knit-o-matic malfunctions from wash to light shave. A short moment later, we can see it's back to wash. Then, from Preston's point of view, we see it's correctly back at light shave. So the machine bandages up any cuts in the sheep it happens to make. That's handy, but it strikes me as logically impractical. Hey, Dirty Sean. Sean wearing a wool jumper will see your cuteness and raise it.
You know we're doing the clock tomorrow.
It took a while, but there are the eyebrows, folks. I understand Wallace bringing Sean to keep him from biting more things in their house, but he should have at least known to keep him tethered. How exactly did Preston make Sean walk inside like that? Imitating him with a stare through the window? The frame up, folks, is brought to you by Gromit, Sean, and Preston. Gromit has enough evidence by now to realise he's walking into a trap. Audiences love to hate a villain, and Preston succeeds at that by his evil frame up of Gromit. At least Manchester United fans have reason to be happy. I never noticed that until now, folks. Wallace keeping the sheet to protect them from being rustled is all well and good, but he's got to have better ways to store them than this.
I'm so sorry about Gromit.
I love how all the sheep stop bleating and watch in silence as Wendeline tearfully leaves Wallace. Perhaps the most hurtful part is the knowledge that Gromit can't speak for himself. Literally. Whenever he's confronted with that, it's quite melancholy.
Oh, Gromit.
If those headlines coupled with the swelling music on strings weren't gut-wrenching enough, Wallace's reaction really seals the tears. Seeing Crime and Punishment's author name get turned into a dog pun is equally as funny as the Republic Pluto. Gromit was taken straight to Dale by Preston after being framed. How do you get a picture of him and Wallace in his cell? The wall says, Feathers was here, a nice nod to the penguin from the Ron Trousers. In fact, this film references all their adventures, even those still to come. The moon, the sky is from A Grand Day Out.
Do you think we should get the pest control people in?
They would become pest controllers in The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Finally, the baker with the shop outside the wool shop gets killed at the start of A Matter of Loaf and Debt. Getting all those in and getting the future ones correct enough to be retconned by the fans is marvellous. Seeing such a lovable, joyous and charming character like Gromit getting broken, tears time too, folks. Okay, bear with me folks. The jigsaw puzzle indicates a 5,000 piece puzzle. Later, the box says it's 500 pieces. Then, we see it's a 13 times 8 puzzle, or 104 pieces. For Gromit to only notice the message when the puzzle's complete means he wasn't looking for nearly all the time he was doing it, not just the end. First his card shuffling skills, and now this. Gromit's a jack, well, dog of all trades, folks. There were only 11 sheep besides Sean when they rescued Gromit, but there are clearly many more here.
You'll be hunted down like, well, a dog.
Hey, Gromit? Gromit will see a previous pantomime eyebrow reaction and raise it. Like with Gromit and Feathers, hearing a character noted for being silent growling just isn't right. Props to Preston, that was a clever way to gain the chase advantage. Hey, Preston, Gromit will see your stunt to gain the chase advantage, and raise it. That's very good for comic effect, but there are only 4 places in England that high above sea level, and not only do none of them have huge drops, none of them are anywhere near Wigan.
Be careful, Sean!
Wait, how could Wendeley know Wallace gave him that nickname? Sean's never been referred to by name in front of her. That shot is too brilliant for words. Even though it doesn't quite excuse the fact that Alara seems to be going right through 2 of the sheep. Gromit coming to the rescue is just such a great moment. Hey, Gromit, Preston will see your stunt to regain the chase advantage that raised your previous one, and raise it. Preston is very physically strong, but how would you have gotten all of them into that?
I've got patent pending on that.
Huh? That's funny as it is, but the alliteration makes it even funnier. Why does Preston need to pull that down using a rope? Wallace's machine didn't, and Preston stole the design, so that part shouldn't be any different. Wallace was wearing a jacket over his normal clothes. Where did it go? This probably falls in the blink and you'll miss it category, but you can see circle marks by the animators for the propeller to cut through for all 3 walls. Oh, so it was a rope so Sean could conveniently save them? Just a bit of plot convenience there, folks.
Preston is a cyber dog.
Cyber? What?
A robot.
Even if you saw that twist coming, it's executed so well that it's effective regardless.
It's a sheep mincing thing. Now that's clever.
Not the right time to be impressed, Wallace. So, no one thought of just jumping off the conveyor belt? Preston was already a pretty good spoof of the Terminator, being a robot with fake skin, but that he meets a similar first fate is the icing on the cake.
I thought we were all for the can then.
Wallace's wordplay is normally very charming, but that pun's just groan-inducing. If you watch the can belt, you can see the cans are moving even though the belt is not moving at all. Seeing Preston redeem back to his original sweet function is really appealing. The whole universe of Wallace and Gromit is joyous, not just the titular duo. The complete lack of cynicism is refreshingly welcome.
Oh no, not cheese.
Not even Wensleydale.
Ha! There's no better deal breaker for Wallace than cheese.
Goodbye. Choc.
That hand movement will lead to lots of funny moments down the line. Looking at the size of that, Sean should not fit under there, given his size comparison to Wallace in the past. This film has made a recurring gag of denying Wallace cheese at every opportunity. Nicely done.
Gromit! Oh, God.
Eyebrow is as eyebrow does, folks. Music again, folks. It'll be brilliant until the cows, or sheep, come home. While, as always, the non-speaking characters are the highlight, it's really nice that Wallace got someone to talk to talk back, even if it didn't work out. -1.
Well, that went as well as could be expected, didn't it?